So when you're filing in the IRS for an individual tax return for this year or any past years, then you have to know about filing statuses, which are single, married filing separately, married filing jointly, and head of household. These are the filing statuses that you must be aware of, because all the expenses and deduction which is offered by IRS depends on these filing statuses. And if you don't be able to identify which status you are falling under, then you might be get in trouble for filing the wrong tax return for yourself. So if you are living individually and you don't have any dependents, you don't have any person who you are taking care of, or you are paying their education expenses or their living expenses, any expenses which you are not paying off, and you are living individually, you are not legally married as of the law, then you can file as a single individual in your tax return. So when you're filing for single, then your standard deduction and other expenses which are claimed by the IRS will be very less as compared to the married filing jointly or head of household. So these are the minimum standard deduction, which is around 13,000 on average for every year. It's not the exact number for each year, but it's the average that IRS will get you towards. If you have income like 13,000, you can deduct it, the 13,000 from that income, and you might up ending pay to very little or no taxes at all. So as of you are single and you are not married filing legally, then you can do that. So let's move towards the married filing separately and married filing jointly. So as of 31st December for that year, if it's 2024, if you are not legally if you are married, and you have two options. Then if you're married, then you have two options. You can either file jointly or you can file separately. If you want to file separately, then your standard deduction and other expenses and other tax credits will be based on the information you have as a single individual. So everything, you both will be filing separate tax returns, not filing jointly. So you will both have separate 1040s, and you will both file separately, not combined. And the standard deduction you will both have will be simple as filing single. So but if you decided to file jointly, then you might have more standard deduction than combining the single statuses. So the IRS offer a little bit more standard deduction for both of the spouses. So if you file jointly, then you might end up paying less taxes or more taxes, because it depends on situations, such as if you have a lot of income and your spouse doesn't have a lot of income, then yeah, you can get her standard deductions and other stuff, and you might ending up paying less taxes. But at the end, both will be eligible for, and according to the tax law, you both are eligible for paying the taxes. So if your one spouse is not being able to pay the taxes which is remaining because of his loss, then you might be paying the losses which he made in the business, or you might be paying the taxes which he need to pay, right? So that's the bad thing about that. So let's discuss about head of household. What is that? Head of household is the filing status in which you get more than any filing status standard deduction and other tax credits, because you are taking care of other individual, which might be your sister, family relatives, blood relations, or any other person who is living in the US. So you are taking care of that person. As of that, you are paying their living expenses or their medical bills or their education expenses. You have to pay at least 50% or more than their living expenses, and they should not be paying not be earning a lot of money, so they are not eligible for filing taxes. So as of if you have like 2 dependents, 3 dependents on you, you can get their tax credits also, plus you can file as a head of household to increase your chances of getting the standard deductions. Okay, so I hope you understand each and everything regarding the filing statuses: single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, and head of household. And if you like this video, I would be really happy for that. I hope you will comment under this video, and see you in the next video. If you have any questions,